Hi everybody, I'm Juanta Coffman and welcome to Warren Biz, the show that keeps you in the loop on Warren's economic boom. Listen closely and maybe you can get a piece of the action. Let's get right to it. In this week's Dollars and Cents wrap-up, the foreclosure epidemic has hit hard-working Americans right where it hurts, in the pocketbooks. The White House administration has a plan to keep homeowners in their homes and get lower interest rates. Let's take a look. And this week on Dollars and Cents, it's the 49th Annual National Small Business Week. Small businesses from all over are in Washington, D.C. for a week-long conference. And business owners and consumers alike are happy to know the fireworks business will boom in Michigan this year like never before. The new law makes the sale and purchase of a full line of fireworks legal in Michigan. This includes large... Thanks, Ember. And on this week's Dollars and Cents wrap-up, I have the latest details on the job market and how the words unsafe, unsound, and undercapitalized led to this recent acquisition. Let's take a look. And the city of Warren and Macomb Community College Job Fair turned out to be a job seeker's dreamland. Thousands of job seekers came out to the Dodge Dart has a starting price tag just under $16,000. The Durango spices up the showroom floor at the auto show with a reputation for towing. It's still a family vehicle. Adam Bullis has more. Those are the stocks to watch for the week, and for more details on your local business resources and money-saving tips, catch this week's episode of Warren Biz. I'm Juanta Coffman with Dollars and Cents. Tonight, the Warren City Council will sit here on this stage with an audience full of concerned citizens in front of them, and the hot topic on the agenda will be the denial of several FOIA requests submitted by Christopher Pasternak. This ground combat vehicle and its technology is from the 1980s, but with all of the work going on inside of the G-Spell complex and all 8 of its laboratories, it could be updated and as modern as some of the latest technology. With 54 heroin-related arrests in the last 3 months and 8 deaths as a result of heroin overdose in the last 4 months, there has to be plenty of questions. How do you help a loved one who's an abuser? What are the warning signs, and where do you go to get help? Well, if you're a Warren resident, you start right here at CARE of Southeast Michigan. We'll take you inside to talk about their programs and services.
3, 2, 1, let's open G-Spell.
It was all pomp and circumstance at the grand opening of the new Ground Systems Power and Energy Laboratory. This new 30,000 square feet complex, also called G-Spell. This 8-in-1 laboratory is the latest addition to TARDEC and is pegged as the Army's cornerstone of power and energy initiatives, helping our troops become more energy efficient and helping our nation in energy security. The doors of the G-Spell complex are officially open, so we took a tour of all 8 laboratories to see how in-depth the Army's strong efforts go at optimizing energy. The Power and Energy Vehicle Environmental Lab is the centerpiece of G-Spell and one of the world's largest environmental chambers. This lab can simulate heat from the desert and cold from the Antarctica and go from one extreme to the next in a matter of minutes. Senator Carl Levin helped secure almost $25 million in defense and military construction appropriation funds for the completion of G-Spell.
We have lost troops protecting convoys of fuel. We are trying to produce vehicles that use less fuel. We're going to produce better fuels. We're going to do it all here at the world's best integrated facility for the development and testing for advanced fuels and the technologies which will create them.
Soldiers carry over 400 pounds of batteries for a 72-hour mission and more than that in fuel. Microgrid installations in Afghanistan will eliminate some of that, as well as some of the testing done here at G-Spell. The Energy Storage Lab tests batteries in explosion-proof chambers.
A typical liquid-filled lead-acid battery like you find in most cars, you can only technically recharge it from dead to back to life about 5 or 6 times. I have batteries here that have done 1,500 cycles.
And 95% of military fleets use these high-capacity batteries. The Ground Systems Power and Energy Laboratory welcomes industry and academia to access their labs and exchange information and ideas. If your school or company is interested in testing in the G-Spell labs, contact TARDEC through the Ground Vehicle Gateway at groundvehiclegateway.com. I'm Juanta Coffman for Warren Biz. Selling your home isn't the easiest thing to do in this economy, especially when thieves come in and rip your home of all the copper plumbing. But unfortunately, the Clausens had to learn this lesson the hard way. It's a buyer's market, and there are a handful of vacant homes on Rome Street, but the Clausens have the only home with a for sale sign in the front yard. Normally that sign and a lockbox tells a buyer the home is ready for a showing, but in this case, it seems it was also a sign that the home was vacant and an easy target for thieves.
On Saturday, a different agent had come to do a showing, and when they did, discovered the lockbox was missing off the door. Knocked on the door thinking perhaps he had gotten mistaken information that there wasn't a lockbox. When he did, the door was not shut completely all the way and the door began to push open.
The Clausens showed up to find no signs of forced entry, just an open door and a missing lockbox, and the costly discovery that the copper plumbing was stripped, and they are now facing thousands of dollars in repairs.
When I got to the top of the stairs, I saw all of the ceiling tiles laying on the floor and knew when I went downstairs that it was going to just be continuing.
And it did continue. The crooks were even crafty enough to use the ceiling tile to block the basement windows from the inside so no one could catch them in the act.
They obviously took the easy to access parts. There's a lot more in this room over here, as you'll see. I'll show you over here.
They accessed. They took all of the copper plumbing out from here and then went into our furnace room and cut all of the copper plumbing from our hot water tank also.
So the amount of copper that the thieves took from you amounts to about how much?
They might get a couple $100 for it.
Versus how much in repair?
It's going to cost it probably at least $2,000.
After this incident, the homeowners in this neighborhood are on high alert and taking precautions.
I won't put another lockbox on my house, which is a pain because you're not here full time. So now when people want to do a showing, I have to open the door for them.
So for anyone with a home on the market, it just might be wise to have a discussion with your real estate agent about alternate security methods besides a lockbox. I'm Juanta Coffman for TV Warn News.